A customer advisory council can be a powerful voice of the customer tool if implemented properly. Be sure you click on the link at the bottom of this email to receive our document which describes the why behind customer advisory councils. Once you've decided that a customer advisory council is worthwhile and makes sense for your own organization, the purpose of this video is to discuss some things to keep in mind. Firstly, it's important that you pick members wisely. Ideally, council members like your company enough to give you their time, but aren't going to spare you criticism when you need it. Overly positive members or ones that are just too quiet aren't going to give you the feedback you seek. Set a term for membership so that you can change members if you need to. Remember, you want feedback, and all feedback, even if it hurts to hear it, is good feedback. And use this as an opportunity to get your customers' senior-most executives to attend. These are the folks that your sales team doesn't meet with often enough. Secondly, limit the number of customers in a meeting to about a dozen, and executives from your own company to about half that many. The meeting should be interactive, and that's hard to do with too many people in the room. The fewer the number of attendees from your own company, the more likely it is that customers will dominate the conversation. And of course, this is a good thing. In my own experience, it's necessary to have about 20 or 30 council members in order to consistently get 12 to attend a face-to-face meeting. Third, use an outside moderator if you can. A moderator can more easily control the room if things get off topic, and experienced moderators can draw out those quiet participants to ensure the conversation isn't monopolized by your more outspoken advisors. A third-party moderator also saves you from having to tell your best customer to shush up. Plan months in advance. In my experience, your team will argue over what should be on the agenda. You need to leave enough planning time in advance to get consensus on what you want to get out of the meeting, as well as getting customer feedback on the proposed agenda. Overplan the logistics. How will the customers get to and from the meeting? How will you arrange the room to maximize interaction? Will there be members that have special meal requirements? Will spouses be included? If they are, you should plan activities for them. Make it a customer summit at a resort destination. This will make it more appealing to those you invite. And include some R&R while they're attending. If you can afford it, pay for the transportation, lodging, and meals for the council members and their spouses. Fifth, key executives from your company should stay for the entire meeting. If you really want to convince customers you're listening to them, then stay in the meeting and listen. In fact, your CEO should attend for the entire meeting. Sixth, set the tone. Make sure that everyone, including the customers, understands their role. Customers should be reminded to take off their customer hats and put on their advisor hats. This isn't a complaint session. Advisors are expected to offer advice and suggestions. Offer to have executives discuss customer-specific issues at a separate time. Do a lot of listening. Don't sell. This isn't a sales meeting. In fact, keep your sales folks out of the room, except perhaps for your senior-most sales executive. For each agenda item, plan to spend no more than 20% of the time talking, and leave the rest of the time open for discussion. PowerPoint, if it's used at all, should consist of only a few slides per agenda item. 8. Be prepared to act on their advice. Write down the actions, review them at the end of the meeting, and then begin the next meeting with a review of what actions have been taken and the results. If any customer-specific issues are raised, capture them as well and ensure that they're followed up on immediately. Ask for references, referrals, joint PR opportunities, and be prepared to shoot customer testimonial videos. Not every customer will agree, but try to shoot as many as you can. And don't be afraid to ask for permission to develop case studies. Come prepared with a list of joint PR and speaking opportunities that you want your customers to help you with. Lastly, be sure to gain concurrence to the schedule for the next meeting and make sure that every member gets it on his or her calendar. If done well, your investment in both time and money will be returned many times over. You'll learn things that no amount of money paid to a market research firm would ever be able to provide.